Okay, I think I am live. I didn't schedule it. I didn't do nothing because I wasn't real sure if I was going to be here or not. And whether I'm here or not is yet to be told. We will see right here. Ask Grandpa. Right. Yep, I am live. Anyhow, hope y'all are doing wonderful tonight. I wasn't going to come live. Kind of like last night. I've been chasing my tail. I don't know how many of y'all have been raised out in the country a little bit and had chickens, but when you kind of gross, but it's reality. If you've been on a farm or any round chickens, you know what I'm saying. You cut their heads off and they just run around aimlessly and banging into stuff. That's me. Tell you what, I haven't. I tried. I actually got this video done on this. Oh, got it upside down. There we go. There we go. Memory stick. And mom, if you're watching, we need to use this on your phone. Transfer your stuff from your phone over to the thumb drive, and then you can empty your phone and have storage. So, anyway, I was going to edit the video. I just actually got through eating. Hopefully, I don't have food in my face or mustache. But got through eating, and I thought, before I start editing this, I'm going to go live. And if anybody's here, great. If they're not here, then I will cut it really short. Thursday night, it is what it is. How you doing, Pork Chop? I'm here too. I wasn't sure if anybody was here. I thought, well, give it a few minutes. Yo, got you after my life. Cool. How's it going? Bud Soda. Mr. Wobble is on his channel now. Okay. Well, that's cool. Sorry, it's been a while. Oh, that's cool. I figure you've been busy. I snoop around on the different content creators here and there and gig workers and dropping in, but I don't always say much. Just drop in and sneak on back out the door. I do tree work, W-2 for a day job. I was thinking, I remembered hearing you say that. That's cool. Brandon, I'm just finishing up my live show. We'll be here soon. Take your time. I really didn't have anything to talk about. I just figured we'd just chill out and talk about whatever. Man, it's been a day. I been to the doctor. I've been by my mom's. I've been to Walmart. Uh, I don't actually know what all I've done today. 20 below wind chill has been frequent. Has been frequent for the past 3 weeks. That wind rips through. I imagine it does, man. It was dang near 80 today, I think. How you doing, T-Ron? How's it going? Just curious. I got to refresh the phone. I think it's showing 63 degrees now. Let's see, what did it get up to today? 62 degrees. Says today it got up to 77. Tomorrow, 80. Tell you what, crappie season is coming, but I have a feeling we're going to get cold one more time before we get warm. So I've been seeing some people on Facebook posting their crappie fishing though. And I'm going to get out there and start doing some dirty shoes adventures. I work on the AM, work on off-road line clearance crew. Oh, okay. Crew track machine only. Source of the heat is the exhaust. I understand that one completely. When I was working for the city, I would set the barricades out, but sometimes I had to wait around and see if they was going to need a dump truck. Because if they needed a dump truck to haul the spool off with, I'd have to go get a dump truck. And if I didn't sit in the truck, I would hang out around the back of the backhoe. And sometimes when I was around the loaders and be around that back engine and get the heat off of that motor. I feel you. I know exactly how it is. How you doing, Nana? Our weatherman said maybe one more chance of freezing weather, but it won't be until the end of February or beginning of March. Our weatherman said something about it was click. He posted something that was talking about a cold front coming through. So he said it was clickbait not to pay attention to it, but we will see because we should have one more cold spell. I am here. Cool. Northern New York, but our job is south of Utica, Rome, little town called Ginsboro. So y'all are clearing the power lines, or I think I know what you're talking about. On the easements, the trees that are growing up in them. If that's the case, they did that behind my old house. My old house that burnt down. Man, they they whacked them trees up. Unfortunately, I had cleared off the behind my fence was nothing. It was just a tree line, a little creek that was dry all the time. But they threw on. I'd cleared that off to make it kind of look like a park, make it look pretty when you looked out in the backyard and all trimmed down and mowed. And they took all them tree limbs and threw them right there. I wound up cutting them up and burning them in the fireplace. Anyway, yes, reclamation, you got to. Yeah, they're definitely in the wires. Yeah. Hello, Miss Wendy. Gotta love New York. Guaranteed work. Well, that's cool. You know that it's. I mean, doing the gig work is fun and all, and you get to kind of go by your own schedule, but it's not guaranteed. And when we was started, what I don't know when you started, but when I started, 5 years ago, it was a lot better because you could work 4 or 5 hours and make pretty good money. But it seems like now you've got to work 10 to 12 hours a day to make good money. I mean, it's still money to be made, but there's a lot to be said for a steady income that you ain't got to worry about. I can wait and I can wait until I see some 80-degree days. It's been cold and snow for about a month and a half in Michigan. Wow. It's nice down here. But I don't know if y'all watch Roman Atwood or not, but they're in Florida right now, and half the time they're wearing hoodies. It looks funny. They're out on the beach and wearing hoodies, but I do rodeo a lot, subsidized, especially before I got the per diem and the checks. I quit messing with roadie a couple of years ago. And, back when I was doing Spark and DoorDash and all that, I would leave roadie on. And roadie was good, especially for Best Buy. And then it got to where it wasn't, I very seldom saw anything. Sorry, I missed your show last night, Brandon. Oh, no, that's cool. I'm glad you got some sleep. That's more important than the show. Man, getting some good rest. I'm still sick, getting better though, a bit. Don't sound it. Oh, well, you got to take care of yourself. Not 80s, 50s, 60s is great working weather. 80s is way too hot. Well, I've never been up to New York, but I've been in Ohio during the summer, and I don't know, it's like a different heat. I do W2 full time and gig work part time. All I'm doing now is Amazon, doing reviews. And I'm loving it. And Home Depot. Yeah, I never got any, when I was doing rodeo, I never got any Home Depot. And I would mainly get Best Buy, and then we have a grocery store here, and it was a 24-hour grocery store, and they would do pharmacy deliveries to a nursing home. You might get but it would be like 45, $60. And it'd take me 20, 25 minutes where I was living at that time. Run up to the Market Street grocery store and get those drugs and take them out to the uh, restroom, rehabilitation center kind of thing. I think rehabilitation on one end, and it was like a nursing facility on the other. Anyway, that was pretty good. If you didn't mind just getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I didn't. I get mostly Tractor Supply, Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart. Did tons of pharmacy gigs in Pittsburgh. Really? Hello, Lisa. I am doing peachy. I'm afraid I just ate a few minutes ago, and I'm afraid y'all might have to wake me up. Ray may have to call me and wake me up or something. After I eat, man, I'm like an old bear. I start crashing. So I'm not really sure I'll get. I did a little review on this earlier. Well, actually, while the food was heating up in the microwave, I was doing this review. But I don't know if I'll edit it tonight or not. All the sellers and everybody in the China district are going on holiday. I guess, let's see, technically it's the 13th, so tomorrow they'll be going on their 1 week holiday. They won't be back till like the 24th. I guess 10 days. I think it's the 24th. Can't remember. But I won't have to worry about nobody sending me anything or getting anything. Well, I may have some stuff coming in, but I don't know. We'll see. So once I get this done, I got a security camera to do and then put a metal cabinet together. So 2 more things to do and I'm caught up. Oh, Lisa, thanks for the great commentary you made the show great. Get a community post. You are TikTok. TKAK, never disappointed. You're listening. Oh man, I couldn't imagine. I do not miss working out in that cold. You're making me think about that, and I think the coldest job I ever had though was driving a forklift because you're just sitting. Unless you have to get off now the forklift and go adjust the forks. But majority of the time you were just sitting. That was cold. We all froze, and oh, I sure wouldn't want to do it now. I don't think I could handle it now. I guess I could if I had to. I just don't want to. Staying in the house when it's cold is cold enough for me. Grandpa is finally going to take some time off. I'm depending on the weather. Well, you know what? I've got to go get a fishing license. I think mine expired. I have to check because I sure don't want to get no ticket. But yeah, I may sneak out to the lake and do a little dirty shoes adventuring. Just depends. I've got other things going on this Genius Links. I was talking about it a little bit last night. Been working on learning how to use that, and they're supposed to be converting all my Amazon links on my channel over to Genius Links. Basically, it makes it where you click on the link, it'll take you to the Amazon app rather than the Amazon browser. That way you don't have to log in or take you straight to the app. And if you're signed up for other countries, you just need one link and it will know whether to send them to the Canada Amazon or the UK Amazon. That's the only two I'm signed up. I got US, Canada, and the UK. Tried Germany, but they want you to be able to put your videos in German. I can't do that. Oh, anyways, you'll have that. I'm a poor operator up in the bucket and climbing the tree is very better winds up. The poor guy, he's pretty good with it if he's huddling around the exhaust. Yeah, the young guys I'm with in their 20s. Hello, James. I'm doing great. Thanks to y'all. Makes a day better. It really does. You know, you sit around the house all day and talking to yourself and to the camera, and occasionally it talks back, and I talk to myself. But you know, when you really, I know I can't physically hear y'all, but I can read what you're saying, and it's kind of a social outlet, you know. Uh, since I don't do Spark anymore, I used to enjoy talking the customers that would pick up the order, you know, come out and talk, and especially older people, they always wanted to talk, but you know, I always took the time because they don't have nobody else to talk to, you know. And of course, there's been a couple that I have said, well, I got other orders in the car, I got to go, you know. Take the time, but I kind of miss, I do miss that. I don't miss the having to wait for a decent order or offer. Kind of work I'm doing now is pretty cool because whether I'm working or not, I still got money coming in. They're doing good. It was an accident that happened. Ooh. Yep. Lots of things going on with, let's see, Grandpa. We'll just say Grandpa. Ask Grandpa. Ask Grandpa. Grandpa's random reviews. I'm going to be a Grandpa Dirty Shoes Adventures. You know, I started changing the channel to Dirty Shoe Adventure because there's just one now. When I was originally doing it, there was two of us. And just for the heck of it, in case anybody wants to know how I came about that name, every time I went to the lake, and I don't know how many of y'all go out to the lakes, uh, but 9 times out of 10, if you go to the lake very much, there's always somebody lost a shoe. There's always a shoe laying around. I guess it gets stuck in the mud or something and they lose it or whatever, or out there sipping on the Coca Cola a little too much and lose their shoes. I don't know. But I always seem to see a shoe out there. So, oh, Dirty Shoes Adventures. That's where that came up at. Just useless information. I'm ready to do something. But this channel, uh, since I've changed it up from doing gig type content, which I hadn't done gig type content, and I wouldn't have thought it would have mattered that much because I haven't really been doing any of that content. But when I changed it to Ask Grandpa and then put on like the tax videos and a couple of different types of videos, I'm losing subscribers. I mean, I don't, you know, if they're not into it, it's fine. I don't blame them. I'd rather, if they're not going to watch, I'd rather them not be on there anyway. Because all it does is make the, uh, make YouTube think that it's not worth watching, so they don't want to watch. I just assume they not watch. And just unsubscribe and move on. And it's not a big deal. But yeah, it still have 3,000 subs, but man, you know, the other day it was 4 unsubscribed, then 5 unsubscribed, 3 unsubscribed. And I'm like, you know, I knew when you change the channel, there's going to be people that they're not interested in that. But, you know, and hopefully, if I would actually start putting more into it, I could probably get more people. But had plans for it, and I've got a folder full of video ideas. I just haven't taken the time to do it. I would like to be able to, when a thought comes to my mind, if I'm just sitting here rattling or sitting there working or something, and a thought comes to my mind, or if I watch a video and it inspires me, I'd like to be able to just hit record and make me a video right then. But I get sidetracked, and then I forget what I was going to talk about. That's why I started writing down the video ideas, because I'll forget them. Subs come and go a lot for some reason. Yeah. But, it's like I said, if they're not going to watch, then those numbers really, once you're monetized, those numbers really, I mean, what do they say, a vanity thing? It's cool if you've got 100,000 subscribers, but if you've only got 10,000 watching, what's the point? Yeah. I mean, it looks good, but if they're not watching, you're not getting the watch time. Because my watch time is higher than some people that's got way more subscribers than I got. I've seen people's analytics, and my not watch time, my views have more views than some of those bigger channels. It is, and it's I totally understand not subscribing to Grandpa's Random Reviews, because if I review this right here, and then I review a pair of shoes, that's two totally different things. If I review just computer related and phone related stuff, a lot of people wouldn't subscribe. But when you just go from shoes to thumb drives to fishing reels, it's all over the place. So I don't really blame them for not subscribing. So I don't know. I like smaller channels for the creator and viewer interaction. And that's one of the key things to me, and it's what I hope I never lose sight of. Even if I got to be, if I ever got to be a big channel and started getting lots of comments, I would want somebody to help me with that. But I think everybody that takes their time to comment on a video, you need to recognize. Even if you don't say anything, but thanks for watching. Just something to acknowledge that they took their time to leave a comment. I've got a couple of people that make review videos that pretty big channels, and I like them. But when you ask them something about something, they don't even comment. They don't read their comments. And I understand they're busy. I get it. But, you know, you lose. I don't know. I've lost kind of interest in the couple of them. And I mean, unless they have something, I would watch them regardless of what they had on their reviews, because I like them as a person, their personality and everything. But when they don't take the time to even acknowledge or answer a question or anything, then it makes me not really care to watch them. So now I'll just watch if they've got something I'm genuinely interested in. So I always try to answer your comments. Subs get monetized after Subs get you monetized after that is all about the views. Yeah. Yep. That is true. But it seems like I heard or read something that they dropped the numbers for being monetized to like 500 now, and then you can become monetized. Unless they was talking about something different. Some of this stuff, I'm I'm doing something and I've got it playing, and I catch part of it, and then I think about it later, and then I try to go back and watch it, and can't find it real quick, and then I start doing something else, or the phone goes off, text messages or phone calls or whatever. get sidetracked and don't always go back and check on what I was going to go check on. 500 is early monetization. Now you get everything but AdSense. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. AdSense was my only goal. I didn't care nothing about being able to, what, memberships and all that. And I did find out something, and I mentioned it last night, but a lot of people, for your Amazon or your YouTube affiliate, YouTube affiliate, you're supposed to be able to put links to products on where they'll pop up during the video if you're talking about something. That only works on mobile devices, but you did have to have 10,000 subscribers, but now YouTube is sending out invitations randomly to people to join it. I know Tim last night said that they sent him a notice to join it, which is kind of cool because, like my tablet, it's got a link on it going to Newegg. But what I'm not real sure is who's paying the commissions. If you have to be an affiliate with Newegg, which is a online computer store where you can order parts and stuff, for anybody that don't know, like Best Buy basically. But I don't know if you have to be an affiliate with them or if YouTube is getting the commissions and YouTube's giving you a portion of the commission. And that's why probably the way it's going to work, because YouTube's going to want their cut. You can bet that they're not going to just be the go-between without making any money, which can't blame them. But, yeah, but when you get monetized, you needed 1,000. So it's still the 1,000 and 4,000 watch hours for AdSense. I don't know about y'all, but the RPM on mine's been going downhill. I guess it's that time of the year. I know I mentioned that before, but when you're used to seeing certain dollar signs on your analytics and all of a sudden it keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, and then you look at that and it's like, geez, I hope it picks back up. Luckily, Amazon has picked up considerably since I started using Oink. If y'all do Amazon, I highly recommend getting Oink. It will help you. It has like tripled my earnings. It's worth it. Which even when you triple $20, that's only $60. But that's 40 more than what you had before. And I think it's like $21 or $22 a month. But it's well worth it, and it will be tax deductible. Which is Genius Links, I think, is going to turn out to be like $9 a month, $6 to $9 a month, and I'm going to do it for a couple of months and see if I notice anything. And that's something else. If you want to kind of keep track, if you do stuff, get on ChatGPT, put your numbers in there, and tell it to save it. And that way is in a month or two, you can go back and put the new numbers in there. That unless you're good with making flow charts and doing all that, which I am not at all. But utilize ChatGPT, and it will tell you whether it's been beneficial or not been, and then you'll know. Gig Adventures, yo, old man, what up? I am just chilling like Magellan, isn't that what they say? Just hanging out, talking to them about whatever. I'm just rattling, really. Rattling the night away. But yeah, use ChatGPT, y'all. It helps. No, I don't do gig work at all now. Well, if you can count Amazon reviews and stuff as gig, which technically it is a gig work, but it's not like doing Walmart or YouTube or whatever. I mean, Walmart or DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything. If you have an Android, use Gemini. I don't use my phone for anything. Taking thumbnail pictures. Occasionally, if I have to do a vertical video, I use that. But I know Gemini is Google, so I do use it for sometimes on thumbnails. Yeah, but on your AIs, it depends on what you're using the AI for, which one's the better one. Gemini is a whole lot better than ChatGPT when it comes to making thumbnails and pictures and things like. If you don't care about the aspect ratio, then ChatGPT is fine. But Gemini will keep the aspect ratio correct, and it's good for that. But as far as like your uh, writing, like descriptions and things like that, uh, ChatGPT is ranked number one in that area. And then you got what Claude and a couple of others, and they do good in their area. Do gig work full time, but now chasing after my parent inheritance, who didn't leave a will with 1.5 million in the bank. Yep, I need a drink. Our two different lawyers, two different countries, paying him 500 an hour to sort this out. Well, it might be worth it. Might be worth it. I don't think I'll ever have to worry about that. I don't think I have anybody in my family at all with that kind of money. Maybe I'll be the one someday. One thing about uh, Texas is they, if unless it's changed, it automatically, if there's no will or anything, it automatically goes to the next, your next of kin. Like if you got kids, it'll go to your oldest kid automatically. And I do know Texas, you can just do a handwritten will too, and it counts. But I don't know, things could have changed. Right now, at this point, I don't really have anything to leave in a will. Neither did anyone think my parents had that money. Probate takes anywhere from 3 to 8%. Wow. I remember somebody talking one time about going, there's some way you can leave your property in something. Never mind. I don't know enough about it. But there's two different ways to do it. And one of them, it ties it up into the court system for a longer period of time, and doing it the other way, it's quick. My dad was a cheapskate. I don't know. I understand putting money back for a rainy day, but what's the point in putting the money back if you're not going to enjoy it? You know, I would hate to think that I put money back, money back, money back, and then I never took the time to take a little trip or if you had big money or drive a nicer vehicle or live in a nicer house. I mean, what's the point? Yep, now you're stuck with all those trees. You know, I've got, when my kid's mom died, I bought 4 burial plots, and she's in one, I'll be in the other one, and the other two go to my kids. And I've said, that is one thing that they can sell them or they can use them. That would be their inheritance. And by the time they need them, they're already like triple of what I paid for them because it's just gone up and up. But that'll be their inheritance as of right now. Maybe in a few years, I will have more. But good night, Miss Wendy. Have a good one. You better enjoy your life. Don't be cheap one day. You'll collapse like my dad did in the bathroom. It was too late. Yeah. That's what I'm. I'm trying to do better, but that was one thing I was never accused of is saving money. Is if I wanted it, I saved the money up or whatever and tried to get it. I didn't keep putting it off. So, well, I need to wait till I make sure that I got the money to do this. It only cost, well, my mom told me my dad used to say it only cost a little bit more to go first class. So if you have to wait another month to go first class, give it another month. But go, don't just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Get out there and enjoy it because it can, like you said, you can fall over dead. And if of course, you're not going to know it, but uh, if you're laying there dying and you're thinking, I should have done this, I should have done that, yeah, you're right. It's too late then. Should have done it. I wonder if all these legal fees are tax write off. I don't have a clue. Um, and it's going to vary by state. I do know that, but I would think some of it might be, but I really don't know. You would definitely have to check with a CPA or a tax specialist or something, which I'm going to have to get me a tax specialist. I thought about trying to do it myself, but the more I'm thinking about it, I think I might be better off to spend $200-300 or whatever it costs to get a tax specialist to do mine. Now I'm running to doctors because my younger, 40, 43, died 2 months after my dad. I'm going to a full checkup. I don't play. Yeah, stay up on it. It seems that your mic is cutting in and out. Well, that is not a good sign. And I'm on the mini PC, so hopefully it's not. Might be me. Might have been my throat. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully. Anyway, that would fine. If one of these days I'm going to get a new computer and I'm going to get a computer store that I took my laptop to get it working. Actually, I took this one to get it worked on, but I'm going to get them to build me one, and it's going to have enough wattage in the cottage because I'm tired of the individual USB ports or shared the 5 volts. I want I want each one or maybe two sharing the same voltage, but on a PC they all share the same voltage. And if you run in too many USB items, then that pulls down the voltage, which is what causes your mic to break, start crackling that and if the cord is running over another cord or something. But I learned a little bit on that stuff I'd have never thought about. And unless you do like live streams, it's something that you might have never thought about. Or transfer data because it should be transferring at 300 megabytes per second, and you may only be getting 100 megabytes per second, or 60 or 70. It's because you got too much pulling on your USB ports, and you don't get the proper voltage per USB port. So when I go to get a new computer someday, I'm going to say beef that bad boy up. Even if you have to put 2 power supplies in there and 2 motherboards, I don't care. I don't want issues. Mini PC, my big PC, they'll all run my editing software. That's not a problem. But when you're doing it all at once, is a problem. So, anyway. Yeah, Mr. Tim. Well, he had to. I think he had to get up at 4:30 this morning. He was on there last night for a few minutes. Playing with my little Chinese New Year's something or another. What the people across from me gave me at the flea market. You make any? You make anything on YouTube? A little, not much. This channel don't make hardly anything anymore. It did make decent, 200-300, but that don't make nothing. My other channel makes 200, 250 somewhere. Interesting. I've never considered cables laying over each other. It would help cut the mic out, but that does make sense now that you've said that. Yeah, because it's got static in that wiring. That's why, like, before when we was talking about moving the cable and seeing if that would clear it up, and a lot of times that's what it is it's laying over another cable. You can get a straight across to it, and I'm not real sure that a USB mic wouldn't be just as good as this XLR. I don't even know. I don't remember if there's a no. There's not a USB port on the bottom of this one. I know some mics is XLR and USB, but this one's just XLR. I don't know. If I did a lot of live streams, I might check into more of that stuff, but no more than I do. I don't know that it's worth investing and all that. As long as it works. One thing I do miss though is because sometimes I want to do a review. Just this little device would have been fine to sit right here in front of this camera and do the review, but I would have had to do it on my mini PC. Then, but actually, I guess I could put it over on the thumb drive and then transfer it over to the big computer. But nevertheless, I don't know. It would be cool to have another microphone and camera setup, one for each computer. Kind of overkill. I've got cameras up. I need to give these cameras away or something to somebody that would actually use them. I'm not. Big old conference cameras. I did put in for another. It's a webcam, but it's got dual lens on it. I forget the name of it. Like $119, so it should be a decent one if they'll send it to me. We will see. That's the cool thing about Creator Connections is you can request products, but that does not mean you're going to get them. I have gotten a few things. Well, this was one of them. That little bad boy. This little bad boy right here is 200 and oh, I'm on another computer. Well, that's okay. It should still come up. 200 and something dollars. Where is 2026? No, 166. $166 for that right there. Crazy. Maybe school teachers would like one of those cameras. What's the little red device that you held? It's a thumb drive, and it's got lightning on. I believe this is the lightning one, USB-C, and micro USB. Basically all it is a thumb drive. It just plugs into that. This is 512 gigabyte. This thumb drive. Basically all it is. This right here. But I guess they're charging you for the software too, because it has an app you can download. You just plug it into your phone and install the app, plug it into your phone, and it'll connect to your phone, and you can hit backup, and it will back up all your videos, pictures, music, everything onto here. And then I guess you could delete it off your phone if you wanted to, since it's backed up on here. But the cool thing about that is you can unplug it and go plug that into your computer and transfer it over to your computer. Anyway, I guess I may keep it. I don't know. I probably won't use it, to be honest with you. But I know Mom needs it, and I know Emily needs it. And because you can just use it for whatever, transfer it over to the computer and or onto you can plug in a different thumb drive into it too. It don't have to be that thumb drive. Mom's phone is full. Emily's phone is full. I dumped a bunch of stuff off my phone a while back, so it wasn't full. But I do use it occasionally to do thumbnails and vertical videos. But other than that, really don't use it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the cool thing is, it is on Creator Connections, so the commission pay is like 10. I think this one was 10% commission. I don't know if that's no, that one's just it doesn't actually put in, but if you were gonna buy it, oh, oh we'll figure it out. But anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. And then this is one that surprised me. That thing is $298. Just basically a little camera that plugs into the bottom of your phone, but it's a thermal camera. I've got a thermal reader, and I don't know. This one, it's cool, but nearly $300 for it. I'll probably wind up putting it on the marketplace to sell it because we'll see if anybody knows what it is. I still have a digital laser measuring thing that does the different angles, and it's high dollar too. And I've taken it to Bowie a couple times. Nobody gonna pay that for it. If somebody would just make an offer, I tried to let's see. There was something I had at Bowie, and I told him, I said, just make an offer. It's the bad thing about some of this stuff is, if you were in a big city where there was a lot of techie type people, uh, it would stuff. This stuff would sell. But Bowie is a country town, and they're wanting chainsaws and rubber boots and stuff like that. They don't care nothing about no digital laser measure or whatever, or stuff like this. They don't care nothing about that. They do like Bluetooth speakers though. I've sold well. That last one I sold it to a kid. Sold it to his mom, but she bought it for him. I don't know what else. Trying to look see what else I got coming in. My shoes, I was supposed to got those in. They sent me some somehow or another. The Amazon warehouse screwed up and sent me the wrong shoes. Gotta do this. Oh, this one was pretty cool. If y'all are into like hard drives and SD cards and stuff, Kingston is a pretty big brand name. You know, they've been around for a long time. I actually am going to get to work directly with them. They're going to send me 2 SD cards for my camera. I was wanting a 256 or a 512 gigabyte, but they said they didn't have it. And to send out to get reviewed, so they're going to send me 2 128s, which just means I'll have to stop the video and start recording again. That's why I wanted the bigger one. And they're a V90, which records higher speed. If you're recording in 4K, you have to record faster. Occasionally, the V60 will come up and it'll write speed error. Yeah, yeah. Well, you've been around. Kingston is, it's maybe not top of the line, but it's a known brand. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna try to do that video extra good. I was supposed to get another one of speakers, and that's the one I'm working on right now. So really, I've got one thing, two. This I have, but I just haven't done it yet. And I'm waiting on the shoes. So I got 3 things that are supposed to be coming in: the shoes, the SD cards, and the little Bluetooth speaker. Other than that, I got nothing coming in. So it's all good. Oh, anyhow, that's the way it's going. I don't know if it's because I did a video on this and maybe open it up in Amazon or something, but for some reason, the ads on videos, I'm seeing a lot of this P3 thermal camera uh, commercials. Oh, you know what? You know about FitBill? I don't know. I've had a couple of their shoes, and it's not done too well with them. I don't know anything about them. I didn't realize that these are they're a wide shoe, and I've never bought shoes that was wide or anything. I was wanting some because my OnClouds, I got a tear in the side, and I was looking for some different shoes, and I thought, well, if I can do a review on them and they fit good, I'll keep them. If they don't fit good, I'll sell them. But they're a wide, so I don't know. They're like $59, I think. 65. Not a bad looking shoe though, but I don't like that. I don't know how the quality is though, but I will definitely. What did you have issues with them? Are they does the material come apart, or they just not fit right, or the insole's bad? These are supposed to be like orthopedic or something. Arch support. I don't know. No, it's more shoes that was supposed to be orthopedic. I don't know nothing about them. I got extra wide, and they are definitely not extra wide. Well, maybe the wide won't be too wide because I've never had a wide shoe. Also, the material just fell apart. Hmm. Be one thing that I will be checking closely then. But without wearing them for a while, I don't know. Camera's in the way. I'll probably read it over here. These look cool, but most uncomfortable. They're the most uncomfortable sneak I've ever bought. Little, there is little support, and it makes the noise when you walk. They don't have much support either. This is my first review. Huh. Oh, Amazon Vine customer. The spec said it was wide width, but that's not true at all. I could barely. Oh, there you go. That's what they're saying there. Well, did you write this review? Because that's exactly what they're saying. Is it wasn't wide and the material's flimsy. Definitely have to check that. Maybe I was unlucky, but I had a few styles of shoes from them. Well, that right there. That's what you just said. Yeah, well, I say, did you write this review? But let's see what the 3 stars. Seems like they're doing Amazon buying. That's not a good sign that it's already went through the buying program. Sounds like they're trying to get rid of them. My current street running shoes are Nike are wearing out. I ordered these in hopes of getting adequate replacement. I finger vibration. Shoes fit loose out of the box. I'm worried about wide fit, especially heel. Huh? I'm not a big fan of the Amazon buying program, but it opened the door for me, so I'm not going to complain. They don't have horrible ratings, but they're not real good. I don't know. I will definitely be checking the material and the width. I don't really know how to check the width because I've never had any wide shoes, but the material, we'll see. But since I'm just going to be doing the unboxing and kind of an overview of them, to me, if they fit comfortable, that's about all I'm going to be able to say much about them. Unless I wear them for a while, but if you wear them for a while, you'd have to wear them for a long while before the material would get bad, I would think. I don't know. Maybe I should be looking into some more. Oh, actually, I did put in a request for my other shoes. I don't remember what. Oh, it won't show me on this computer. No. You definitely gave me something to double check on these before I say how good or how bad they are. Oh, I am getting sleepy. I told you it was going to happen after I ate. I ate right before I got on here, and my body's going Mayday, 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 going down. 3 anyway. I guess if they were good, they'd be called Fitwell. Oh, that's true. That is true. Maybe somebody was having a fit and they just called them, they're going down to Fitville. They're always having a fit about them shoes. But I would hate to think that I spent $65 on, or $66 basically, on a pair of shoes that fell apart. Of course. But my OnClouds, I did something to those. My last pair of OnClouds, I wore the tread down. They're like ball tires. And they held together. They were good shoes. But these, I only got them, let's see. Emily got them for me for, wasn't Christmas, I guess my birthday. So they didn't even last a year. But I tore them. I don't know what I rubbed my shoe up against, but I rubbed it up against something and tore a hole in the side. Had some boots from them too that were supposed to be waterproof. They weren't. Uh-oh. I know that stuff you get at Walmart, that spray stuff. That like my work boots. That's what I'd spray on them, and I never had them leak. I tried to put on them work boots a while back, and couldn't even get my foot in them. But for some reason, my body is retaining water in my legs. Because when I wear socks, it humps out. I got a lot of water in my legs, and I don't know. Maybe it's in my feet too, like swollen for some reason. Mainly because I'm sitting here all the time instead of up and around and walking. And that. Then I can click on that. Now we can go there. But see, you can, like here, like if you wanted this, you can click on that and hit request if you was wanting that. And it may or may not, they may or may not acknowledge you sent them anything, message. There's a treadmill. Is that a trash can? Yep. Look at that. I seen this blow dryer. Look at the price on this thing. $100 for a blow dryer. I believe you can get those Conairs at the dollar store for what, about 10 or $15, and it'll dry your hair just the same. Is that a robot vacuum cleaner? Wow, $1,000. Well, they're proud of it, ain't they? This thing talks to you and sing. Oh, it's a mop and a vacuum. Well, we might as well just hit request. Oh, I can't do it on this computer. Crap. I'm gonna get on my other computer and request that. 100 quid for a bloody booker. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at the price of this bad boy. $1,100 nearly. Yeah. I've got a robot vacuum cleaner in there, and it doesn't do worth nothing. I bought a vacuum cleaner, a corded one, because my cordless one quit picking up. But man, if I could get a robot vacuum cleaner that actually worked, and this one mops too, I'd do it. I say, there it is. That vacuum cleaner's is that a vacuum cleaner or oh, it's a wet, dry vacuum mop. Okay. 1,100. That's that thing needs to do dusting the dishes too. Tell me about it. That I don't see how people. Well, there's what is this? I guess that other one had a station that cleaned it out, and maybe that's why this one's so much cheaper. Oh, self-emptying, hot air drying. Well, by golly, I wouldn't have to do nothing. Well, I went to move something. I forgot what it was in the living room, and it had cobwebs on it. Man, I need a housekeeper. All the housekeepers I've seen online, this one's $8.49, but all of them online, they want to charge. I don't know if y'all remember when I did the walkthrough when I first got this house. You can tell it's not a big house, and they wanted like $75 to $100 to come over here and sweep or to clean the house. But all I need them to do is sweep and dust. That's pretty much it. I do my own dishes. I can clean my own toilet. I can clean my own bathtub. You know, it's sweeping and dusting. That's all I need to do. I don't. I think they thought, of course, they're just uh, shooting prices out there. I mean, they don't know if the house is 400 square foot or 4,000 square foot, but they didn't even, say, well, we can come look at it and give you an estimate or whatever. That's what I would have done. But anyway, if you sell those at Bowie, will those country folk pay that much for a vacuum, even if you knock the price down? Something? No, they wouldn't. And at $1,100, maybe 200 if they know what they're looking at. Uh, no, if I really did get that vacuum cleaner, I would probably keep it for myself because it would be nice to just have it run while I'm doing my thing and let it do its thing. I don't know how they would. I guess it could detect because that little area rug I put in here, the one in the living room and in here. I guess it would detect whether it was on the carpet or not. They make yeah, like that. I actually put in for two different ones to see if I can get them. Well, no, one of them I did. The other one I was going to, but after I looked, it's got a metal strip that you have to put in your yard, like a track, and it'll follow that track. And I don't want to go through all that. Maybe try and get one of those robots, a little Rosie like in the Jetsons. Yeah, that's what I need. Or I need a Alice. We'll really go. Well, that Jetsons was back when Alice was around, but Yeah, I wouldn't want that because you have to put a little rail down. I said, no. I mean, I guess you just have to do it once, but still, when you went out walking across your yard, you'd be stepping on it. It's not like it stuck up high up off the ground. It was looked like it was short, but either way, I wouldn't want it. The other one, you just do a little program on the phone, and you can tell it your corners and stuff. You draw the area. Um, Alice, I have to watch that in a minute. I was thinking you something funny about Alice.
I mean me. You told Mom that I left the record player on all night. Or what? You know what?
I'll have to watch it afterwards. I don't need to be. I wonder if the Brady Bunch is on YouTube. You may want to play it later. Yeah, I'd be worried that someone would run off with a robot in the garden. My only thing is, I could use it in the backyard, but I don't know how they do. They say that they do inclines good, but when you go out in my front yard, it drops down. I mean, it's you know, it's hard, kind of hard, about like that. It goes down to the street. But I also put in for an electric battery operated lawnmower and oh, the Brady Bunch is on YouTube. Cool. May have to watch me some Brady Bunch. I'm about bonanza'd out. But it's when sometimes when I go to bed, I'll put it on YouTube, and a lot of times I'll put it on like Think Media or one of those that are Nick Nimmin, somebody that you can listen to, but you don't have to watch. And then sometimes I'll just put it on the Bonanza and watch Bonanza. Any brunch. Must be. I had those Mega Meals from Walmart. Has three Salisbury steak mashed potatoes. I ate that earlier. Because if I didn't eat, I wasn't going to be able to eat, you know. And I still shouldn't have ate that late. But it is what it is. Anyway, y'all, I think I am. I didn't even notice it's got a little thing on there for a keychain. I guess you could hang it on your keychain if you wanted to. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and I think I'm just going to go lay down. Might see if I can find the Brady Bunch and watch the Brady Bunch. I can edit this video tomorrow. I'm probably not going to mess with that cabinet. Maybe this week. It's supposed to rain this weekend, so I don't know. We will see. I didn't know you're still here, Lisa. You're being quiet. Anyway, hey, I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out with me for a little bit. I really enjoy y'all's company, for real. I appreciate it. And hey, Steve, come in to say goodnight, huh? I'm getting off here. I'm getting tired and been getting up early. That's a doozy for me because I'm not used to that. Bud Soda was even here earlier. Anyway, y'all, I am out. Mr. Ryan, Grandpa is fixing to go tonight. Night. Yeah. Old man's got to go lay down. So, anyhow, I am out, y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. hopefully next Wednesday. Y'all keep smiling, and I will catch y'all next time. Thanks for being here. Bye, y'all.